Hello, hello everybody. Welcome back. Well, I am working on a sewing themed journal. So I decided I needed to make some sewing themed button cards for my journal. So this is a cardstock that I had in my stash. It already has this paint stenciled on it, so I didn't even have to do that. Same thing here. It's a cardstock like a craft paper, and it's burlap. It's burlap with some ink or some paint on that one. You can feel the paint. And then I just took the flap off the back of the pattern, sewing pattern, the little flap that closes it, and I used that as my toppers, and I added a little bit of doily here, and I just sewed my buttons on. And this is purple theme because the sewing theme journal that I'm making is has a corset spine, and I did the corset spine in dark purple ribbon. I can't wait to show you. As soon as I finish it, I will show you that. So here's what we've got. Here's the card. I just stitched around it just because I like the way that looks. And I've got a little bit of doily, just a paper doily that I did some distress ink on. So all I'm going to do is add a little bit of glue, and this is art glitter glue, but any glue would work, I'm sure. You could just use anything. But I'm going to put that right in the corner because it just adds a little bit of something, something pretty. I like it. Okay, I will put the topper on later, or I could do it now. It doesn't matter probably. Let that. Now the buttons that I've chosen today, two of them are sewing themed. I had a whole bunch of sewing themed buttons, but I've used them or give them or something. But I do have a sewing machine that just happens to be purple, and a little spool of thread. And then here's a wooden flower button, and here's a beautiful button that I ordered somewhere, but it looks like it's been decoupaged. Here's another little sewing machine button and the butterfly button, and they're all wooden buttons. So I'm going to sew those onto my card. So in order to do that, I've got a pretty heavy needle since I'm going through burlap and cardstock, and I've got my needle threaded with some embroidery floss, and I used all, what is it, six strands, I believe, is on there. So what I do, now this is how I do mine. There's no right or wrong again, but I'm going to decide about where I want that first button to go, and I'm going to go in the hole from the front because I'm going to tie this on the front. And I get it to about right there, and I'm just going to hold on to that. Then flip it over. So here's where you just went in. So what you want to do is, the next hole's right there beside it somewhere. Of course, it's not going to be that easy, is it? The next hole is right there beside. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to pull that up through. I'm going to try to. Well, what's the deal? Okay, here we go. It's because I'm filming. I've done so many of these and had no trouble, but you know how that goes. All right, so that's all I'm going to do here, and I'm just going to tie a knot. And that little button is stitched onto the card, and it makes a great junk journal embellishment. You can put it in a pocket, or it can become your pocket. You could glue this, say, these two sides down in a journal, and this is your pocket if you want it to be. So, okay, so one's done. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to lay these out. I'm going to decide how I want them to go so that I can finish stitching them on. Where do I want that guy to go? I think I'm gonna put this guy up here and this one down here. Okay, so that's how I'm gonna do them. I'm gonna stitch them on just like that. Boy, there's a bad glare on there, isn't it? Okay, so I'm gonna stitch those on. I'll be right back. Okay, as you can see, I have them stitched on. This is the very last one, and I'm just tying it on there. And I just trimmed all the ties. Just leave them as long or short as you want them to be. There it is. Okay, so here's my little button card with all my cute little sewing themed buttons on it. And then all I want to do is add a topper. So here's that back flap off of a pattern sewing pattern. So I am going to, I want it right in there. And I have to decide, do I want Butterick to show? Do I want the number to show? I think I'm going to go more with the side that says Butterick. And I am going to just fold it just like that. Okay, so all I did is glued that down, and I wrapped around the edges, and I'm just going to glue those on the back. And like I said, any glue will do. Doesn't have to be art glitter glue. It's just what I have. It dries fast. And then I'm going to get my inker. There it is. And I'm just going to kind of ink up those edges and make it look even more distressed than it already does. Just ink that up a little bit. There we go. And then you can leave it like that. That can be that if you want to. Or the ones that I did over here, I just tied a little lace bow. Just made a little lace bow, and I just tied it, and I just glued it onto the top. So, and this is this lace right here is some that I coffee dyed a while back, so it's got a nice vintage looking color to it. And then I'll go to my hot glue gun and I'll just hot glue that right there. And that's all there is to it, guys. So have fun. Go make some button cards. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.